Hello, I am your unofficial Australian board game correspondent, and I need to level with you guys real quick. So this is actually my second attempt at playing the Chaos at the Carnival, or I believe it's called Carnage at the Carnival, of Geppetto at the Carnival of Blood. And the reason I've had to redo this is because I made a grave mistake, which was a little too big to just be able to edit out of the video. And I didn't notice this until I had finished playing through Frightmare on Maple Lane. So now I've come back to this once again. Yeah, so if you do watch that other video, then you might notice I do make reference to it. But I'm winning at the end of the day because I get to play Final Girl more and more. So Geppetto brings an interesting new rule set, and this is the first time that a killer has this minion rule. So if you look down here on the finale card, you'll notice that there is a top for the minion and a bottom for the killer. So the way that the minions work is they will act as other people trying to run around and cause chaos and carnage to really make our lives miserable, or what's left of our lives. Specifically for Geppetto's puppets, they can never be more than 2 spaces away from Geppetto at the end of their turn. So if they are to move further than 2 spots away, they have to then come back within that range. And if they start their turn outside of that range, then they'll just target him and move towards it. They have none that start on the board. As you see down here, that first minion action is to spawn a puppet. And also anytime that a terror card reveals a killer action, it doesn't specifically say minions. All of the minions will do it first, and then the killer will resolve it. The next thing that the Carnival of Blood actually adds are traps. So there are some terror traps in the deck here. So searching through the deck becomes scary because, you know, one time it might be a revolver, the next time it might be a spinning floor blade trap. So that is just another thing to consider. For our starting event, we have Run, I'll hold them off. So the victim closest to us here in the blue is actually our fiance. And if an enemy would move into my space while the fiance is there, instead of killing me, it would kill the fiance. And if the fiance ever dies by a trap, then we gain 5 horror, which is not something that we will want to do. Okay, so if we look down here, I am in a nice spot to be able to just kind of swing in and swing out with saving some people. I am playing as Charlie once again, who has 7 health, so it makes her one of the stronger Final Girl characters. And on the backside, I can lose 3 hearts to take the critical blow action directly into my hand. So Charlie is really all about getting up in there and trying to bring the fight to the killer. Awesome. So to start, I am going to try and walk. We'll be rolling 2 die because we are on horror level 4. Great. Now I have a theory that while playing this game, I'm just going to resolve this. I'll lose a heart and move a spot. But I have a theory that while playing this game, things are going to go incredibly wrong for me. And that's going to be the way that this, this game punishes me for thinking that I could get away with cheating, much like I thought I had done earlier. Perfect. So I will drop my time down to 3 time now, but my horror is also going to be at 3. It is interesting. I am going to try and walk again and just hope that this works well. So we'll roll. I will take my cool. I will take my chances. I'm going to discard these 2 cards to turn this into 2 successes. So I'll go down to 2 time, but I will grab 2 people. Do I want to rescue my fiance? Kind of like having my fiance around just in case I need to do that, but I don't really want to risk that 5 horror. So fiance and someone else will be rescued immediately. Perfect. So I'm going to actually put 1 up here on the top. I'll just show you her card again. So she has 3 that's going to reduce horror. So I'm going to put 2 on these spots here, which will actually bring my horror level down to 1 nice and early in the game. Fantastic. So I have 2 time left. I am going to grab a sprint for 2 time. And now we will go over to the killer's action. Perfect. So the first thing that the killer is going to do is spawn a puppet. So we'll grab one here and we'll put a puppet right in Geppetto's spot. Then the puppet will activate, so targeting the nearest victim it will move up to Geppetto's movement value, and then it will attack for 1. So they will just go right here to the animal cages, and they will chill right there. Now, it's time for our first terror card. What is it? They're gaining on me. Roll a die. If the result is less than the horror level, lose time equal to the horror level. And then the puppets will move towards me. So our horror level is currently 1, so that's going to be completely fine. But the puppet, I guess, will move. Well, the closest path to me is probably by going back there. So the puppet will go back there. Lovely. All right. So now on our turn, we don't have much that we can actually do. So we are going to see if we can maximize the amount of time that we spend here. I will start by focusing while I am rolling these 3 die to see if I can even drop down to horror level 0, which I do successfully, and I gain 2 times. So I move to 8, and then I'm just going to sprint. Let's see if we can just head on in there and rescue some more people. Awesome. That is a great result. So we'll go down to 7 time, but I can move 3 spaces. So having a look here, maybe I'll go 1, 2, and then I'll go 3. We'll go into the Forest of Horrors. I will end my turn there with 7 time to spend, and I am in a searchable space. So it means I could try and grab this knife bandolier. Awesome. So with that 7 time, I've grabbed an improvise, a sprint, and also a search, as well as all of the ones I used from the first round. Okay, so we're going to spawn another puppet here, and then the puppets are going to move 1 spot. So we'll go there and there, as those are probably the closest ones that keep within range. Now we will reveal the terror card. Oh, all right. I'm all wrapped up and I can't get free. So they will both move targeting towards me to see if they can kill me. And then I get rope trapped. Dang. All right, so first we are going to move everyone. So we'll start with the puppets. The puppets are going to go, I guess it's the max range that they can go to. So it's 1, 2 towards me. Cool. So they are just going to stay there because they can't move further than that range. And then Geppetto will go. He's moving 1 spot, and he'll go over here because that will be closer. Now we have to deal with this net. So over here in the Forest of Mirrors, we have been hit with the net. So as we see down here, when there is a rope trap, we have to discard 1 card at random. So I will shuffle my hand here. And if we discard a walk or a sprint, then we will gain 2 horror, and our horror track will go up to 2. Now, what I need to double check as well is that I think the net is going to instantly kill all of those victims in the corner. Because whenever they are in a spot with a trap, they just die instantly. So that's not great. And we have to discard a sprint. That is horrible. So we have discarded a sprint, meaning that we have to gain 2 horror up here on the track, meaning that we were on level 0 and now we are back up to level 2, so we're only rolling 2 die. And on top of that, because there is a trap in our spot, all of these 3 victims will die instantly. Perhaps they were swung up in the trees. Of course, I triggered something when I was walking through the forest, and they have been captured by the ankle, flung up and dropped on their heads. So the bloodlust track will go up 1, 2, 3 spots. And as you can see here, that means we're going to gain another horror. So things are just going from bad to worse for us here at the Carnival of Blood. All right, so it is back to me now. And I need to think about what I'm going to do with this trap in my area. Cool, so I really need to get out of here. Before I do that, I am going to search while I am in this spot just to see if I can make something happen for me. So I roll these 2 die. That works out for me. So at the Forest of Horrors, I can grab the knife bandolier, or I also have an option to discard 2 cards and see what's underneath. Now, because of the nature of the Carnival of Blood with all these traps lying around, I think I am going to play it safe, and I will just grab this knife bandolier. So let's focus. When using the knife bandolier, I can divide the damage as I choose between any enemies within range. And there are 4 uses on it. So I'll grab that up there. I'll put 4 tokens on it. and then I'll probably try and get out of this forest. Okay, so I have 5 time remaining, and like I said, I do need to try and get out of here. So I am going to walk. I'm just going to see if I can get out of this forest. Cool, so I get to move 1 spot. I will move over here, and my time will drop down to 4. It's really frustrating that I lost the sprint after I spent all that time trying to figure stuff out. Now, I also forgot I do have an improvise, which I should have probably played a little earlier. But that's okay. I'm going to focus now and hope I can get 2 stars here. I got 1 star. That's good enough. So we'll go down to 3 time. The horror will go down to 2. And I am going to end my turn there with 3 time to spend. So with my 3 time, I've grabbed a sprint and a close call. All right, so now we look at the action here. We are going to spawn another puppet up here, and then all the puppets are going to move. So they are trying to target me. So it's going to go 1 and 2, and these guys are going to move here just so. Well, the issue is they have to be within 2 spaces. So I'm going to go there. They can't actually move, so they are going to go here and here, because they have to try and move to be back within range of Geppetto. All right, let's have a look at this terror card. Misty Ambush. All victims at or adjacent to the Forest of Horrors panic. If any one's rolled, the victim is killed. If at least 1 victim is killed, gain a horror. If no victims were killed, resolve the next terror card. Fantastic. So we were down here, and we were able to escape after 3 people died thanks to this rope trap. But it seems the echoes of their screams carried on, and now these people over here are going to panic. So I can't get a 4 or a 6. That is a 4, and that is a 1. All right, so according to this terror card, I rolled a 1, so that is going to mean that that person dies. And also, because someone moved into the spot here where there is still the rope trap, this person will die as well. So I will gain a horror, and we're going to move up 2 on that track, revealing the dark power, which is Immortal Master. If all puppets are on the board, Geppetto cannot be killed. And any damage that would remove his final health token is ignored. Okay, well, this is exactly what I was trying to get at earlier. This game is punishing me for what I did before. Yeah, okay. Well, this is now a concern. So all 3 puppets are on the board, meaning that it's going to become a lot harder for me to try and deal damage or try and kill Geppetto. So I might have to work on knocking those people out. That is okay though. I'm going to start by playing an improvise to see if I can get my rolls to matter more during this phase. I need 2 stars. I am going to use a close call to reroll all the dice. So I'll spend 2 time putting me down to 4, but I will get to reroll both of these, which is significantly worse. Wow, all right. I'm now on 3 time and 4 horror, which is so not great. Let's try focus. Let's try bring it back down. Let's just try and chill out here, everyone. Relax. I move to 2 time. The horror moves to 3. I might have to try and... See, here's the thing. I could try and play a sprint. I think I might, to see if I can get in and out of there with another person. Cool. So I get to move up to 3 spaces. I go down to 1 time, but I get to move 3 spaces. So I could take... I could go 1, 2, and 3 and bring those people out. Or I can go 1, 2, which I will do, and that saves this person. That will save this person, meaning I can put them here. I will put them on this spot to gain 2 time, putting me up to 3. And for my 3rd move, I'm going to go into the House of Mirrors, and I reckon I'll end my turn there. Yeah, I'll end my turn there. All right, so now we go over to the buying phase. So I'll get all of these things that cost 0, and I may as well grab a search and a close call while I'm in this spot. Okay, so apologies. Okay, so we go over to the killer's action now. So the minions are going to go first. There is no one else to spawn, so they're just going to move to be, again, it's within 2, but also to be within range of a victim. There is no victims within range 2, so they'll probably all just stay there. And I will reveal the next terror card. Where the hell did the blades come from? Oh, all right. So I have to place the spinning floor blade trap token in my space and immediately apply the trap's effect. And for each 1 to 4 that I roll, I'll also gain a horror. Oh, man. See, the first time I played this, there actually was not, there was 1 trap. I just had this one from that event card. And now I have to deal with 2 of them. Incredible. Okay, so I have to roll 2 die now. And for every 1 to 4 that I roll, I will take a damage. Every 5 to 6, I can move 1 space. But also, every 1 to 4 I roll, I will also be gaining a horror thanks to this horrible card. So let's have a look. That is a 1, and that is a 5. So I can move 1 space. It is an option I will take. So I'll move into here, the big top. I will take 1 damage, and the horror track will go up by 1 as well, which is not very nice. Okay, so back to me now. The House of Mirrors is probably a spot I do not want to be in. I wish I had a sprint, but I don't. That is okay. I'm probably going to try and walk around to see if I can get out of here. So I'll start by rolling 2. This one. That is 1 success. I could move 1 spot. I could discard 2 cards to try and move 2. I will discard 2 cards. We're going to use my weak attack and we'll go weak attack and search. We'll get rid of these 2 so I can move 2 spots. My time drops down to 5, but I can grab these people and let them escape in the clown car, meaning that I will get to put 1 here to lower the horror by 1, and a second one to be able to move 1 space. So I will move back over to this spot here. Next, I will probably focus just to try and drop that horror down once again, because that is such an important part of this game, trying to manipulate when you can roll more and more die. That is not an ideal result, so I will use that to re-roll just 1 of these. I'll re-roll the one that was a blank into a star, which is exactly what I wanted. So I dropped down to 4 times, the horror drops down to 2, and I guess now I should probably walk once again. So I will roll these 2 just to try and get on out of there. That is not great. I will lose 2 time and I will end my turn there. So I've got 2 time to spend, and there are only 2 victims left on the board as well. This Carnage is really, really getting a hold of me. So I did pretty much the only thing I could really think of doing, and that is grabbing the sprint as well as the focus from last round. Because if I can just get up there and whisk him away, I'll be able to flip over to my ultimate side to really try and bring the fight to Geppetto. So the minions, again, they can't move because Geppetto hasn't really moved, so they'll just be moving out of his spot. But we'll see what happens now. How did the tiger get loose? If there are no victims on the board, that's fine. All the victims are now going to panic. Okay, so I'll panic them 1 at a time. So we'll start with this one here, and he'll go here, and then that one will go there as well. They'll move together, which, well, they moved closer to me. I like that. It's very nice of them. So the card dictated that if there was anyone in the animal cages space and adjacent to it, that victims would be killed, enemies there would take a damage, and if I was there, I would lose a health. Now, before that, all these people are going to move. Once again, because Geppetto hasn't moved yet and the minions will move first, they can't get any further away from Geppetto before, I guess, being more than 2 spaces away. So they're actually going to stay there, and they are all going to take 1 damage each, which is their health, from the animals in the animal cages, giving me a little bit of breathing room. Thank you, game. That's the first nice thing that this game has done for me in almost 4 years. Incredible. All right, so now we go back to my turn. I only have a sprint, a focus, and a short rest. So I think I'm going to have to start by playing a focus again, just because I am on horror level 3. I'm on horror level 2 currently, sorry. So if this works out, dang. If that worked out, it would have been great, but it hasn't, which means we go to plan B, which is just we're going to make a run for it. So I'll be rolling 2 once again, and that is also another failure. But I'm going to take this option up here. So I will lose 2 time going down to 2. I will lose 1 heart, meaning I got 4 health left, but I will get to move 1 space, and I'm going to move right into the things to astonish, into this spot here. Oh, no, I should go into the big top. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, however I want to get them out of there. Perfect. All right. I only have 2 time to spend, meaning I'm probably only going to grab, I will grab a search just in case I end up on that spot there so I can do something. I'll grab all of these zeros back as well. Now, because there are currently no minions on the board, and there's also no ready minions, no one is going to spawn, which is great. So they'll all just move up from exhausted to ready, and now we'll go straight to Geppetto's turn, which is puppets everywhere. Whenever a victim is killed in your space or an adjacent one, gain a horror, and there are now 2 more things I have to deal with. 2 more health that has to be taken away from Geppetto. I really need to try and go on the attack. And look, in all fairness, I am nearly there. After I hopefully reduce my focus, reduce my horror with this focus, so I can start rolling 3 dice, I might be better off. Cool. So I'll go down to 5 time. I'm now rolling 3 dice because I am on horror level 1, which is great. And now I'm going to start by walking. So we will roll 3 and see if we can move around. I got 1 star. I could discard 2. No, I'll just move 1. Oh, kind of have to do 2. So let's get rid of, we'll get rid of this walk and this weak attack. And we are going to go here for 1, and then we'll go down to the things to astonish for 2, just so I can be in that spot so I can search. So, speaking of searching, I'm going to play a search card. I'm rolling 3. I have gotten 2 stars, so I can take the top 2 item cards at my space and choose 1 and put the other on top face up or underneath face down. Cool, so we are at the things to astonish, which is up here, meaning I will get the trash can lid, but we are taking a risk because if I reveal a trap, then that is going to spell disaster for us because I do have to resolve it, but luckily it is just a knife. Okay, so I do get to pick which one I want here. I do have a knife bandolier currently, which is supposed to be helping me modify my attacks, but I have not attacked yet. So I might grab a trash can lid just in case. Now both my hands are full, and I'll put the knife back on top here just like that. All right, last thing I'm going to do is take a short rest while I still have some time to kill down here. Did not work at all. So I gain 1 heart, but we gain a horror and we lose a time. So we go down to 4 and our turn ends. That was really good there, Charlie. Great from you. So with my 4 time, I've grabbed 2 sprint cards because I'm just going to try and, I might just try and go on the attack. So we're going to spawn a puppet. Puppet's going to go 2 spots away and be as close as it can to a minion. And now we will do this. Is this a prop? Event. Then I have to discard a random item card. If I have none, discard the top card of the nearest item deck. Then people will be moving. Ah, man. All right. So, in terms of the event, we have picked up employee transport. Place the golf cart token in any of the 4 corner spaces. So, the way that this card works is we have a little golf cart mini, little friend here, and it will spawn in one of these 4 corner spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And essentially, if I am in one of these spaces during upkeep, me and up to 2 victims or up to 2 victims in the space can drive up to 2 spaces, but it can only stay in this outer path. If it is driven into a space with an enemy, I can discard this to ram the enemy and deal 3 damage. So I reckon I'm going to chuck it down there, just for now. All right, so now we have to have a look at which item we are discarding. So I've got the knife bandolier and the trash can lid. I'm going to go odds are the knife bandolier and evens for the trash can lid. I have rolled a 1, so the knife bandolier will be gone. That is such a shame. I was really hoping to run into battle and start doing things. But now everyone's going to move. So Geppetto, the minions, I guess minions move first. Minions can't really move. Geppetto's going to go 1 and 2 and be in that spot there. Cool. All right, back to us. So I've got 2 sprints and a focus. I'm going to start by using my first sprint to see if I can really get out of here. I'm only rolling 2 die currently because my horror level is 2. So I roll the first one, and that obviously is not the result I want given I only have 2 cards in my hand. So that's not great. If I was smart, I would have played my focus first, but I'm not smart at all. So I am going to, it's tough. I am going to take a damage because I kind of have to, and I will lose 2 time. I will keep my turn going. I'm going to play a focus next to be able to roll 2 again. That worked out. So I gain my 2 time back, moving to 6, and my horror level is now at 1, meaning I get to roll 3 die here. And of course, to end my turn, I'm going to try and sprint. So we are rolling 3. If we get a 2 stars, and we'll be able to unlock our ultimate. That's exactly what I wanted. So I go down to 5, and I can move 3 spaces. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. So not only have I rescued 2 people, but I am in the spot where the golf cart is. So now that I'm on this back side, I rescued 2 people and there's only 1 spot left. I'm just not going to move a spot because I like the idea of being with this golf cart. But for every additional victim that I saved, I will receive 1 time, meaning I have gone back up to 6 on the track up here. But also, during the action phase, I can take 3 hits to take the critical blow action card directly into my hand, which is such a good trade-off because that critical blow is the most expensive card in the game, and it will be able to hit him for 3, which will be more than enough to get rid of any of these annoying things that is going to throw my way. Cool, so I have no more action cards. Do I want to take 3 damage? Maybe not now. No, you know what? Let's do it. So I will take 3 damage, meaning I have 1 heart left to grab a critical blow and end the action phase there. So now I'll go to the buying phase where I actually have 6 time to spend. Cool. So with the 6, I've picked up a Furious Strike and a Guard because I plan on getting into this spot and starting to commit a bunch of damage. All right, so now we'll go over to the killer's turns. The puppets are going to spawn here. They're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, meaning that they are both actually in my spot right now. So if there was to be an attack, well, I would have to take damage. And I'm only on 1 health. Anyway, they're coming from everywhere. Roll a die. If the result is less than the horror level, spawn the remaining puppets regardless of status in Geppetto's space. And cool, so that will be fine because I'm on horror level 1, so no one else is going to spawn in, but they are both actually going to attack me in this spot here. That's a little scary. So the minions are going to hit. We have no health left right now. We've got 1 left. So I am going to have to, I'm going to have to block. So they are going to attack, and I believe they're going to attack me 1 at a time because there are 2 puppets in my spot. So, cool. Right, I roll the first one. I am rolling 4 die currently. So I will... actually, no, I don't need to. I have a trash can lid. So I am going to use 2 uses of my trash can lid to ignore a damage. So I'll ignore the first one, and then I'll ignore the second one. And I will end my turn. Well, that will end the killer's turn there. Fantastic. So I'm in this spot, and I'm in the golf cart, meaning I'm actually able to move up here during the upkeep phase. because I can move up to one spot, which puts me right where I want to be, because I'm ready to cause some mayhem. Perfect. All right, so we're going to start by, let's start by focusing here. So I'm going to focus just to try and drop it down by 1, which works well. I go down to 5 times, and I'm on horror level 0 now. Next, I will try and walk. So we're going to take this action. I'm hoping to get 2, I don't really need 2 stars, just don't want to fail. That works well. So I'll go down to 4 times, but I am going to move into the animal cages with Geppetto staring evil in the face. And this is where I will start my assault. So we're going to hit a critical blow first. Now, I wish I still had the knife bandolier because I'd be able to modify for extra damage. But right now, if I succeed, it is just going to be the 3. That is not a success, unfortunately. I can discard, what is that? So I can discard 4 cards out of the 5 cards in my hand to be able to deal 3 damage and have 1 horror, which I guess that kind of stops what I was going to do on my turn. Or if I fail, then we have to see what's on the back side of that. I don't really want to risk it. I'm going to have to, but because I'm in the spot, I kind of need the guard. It's so hard. All right, I'm going to discard these 4 cards. So that becomes a, I could discard 2 cards actually and just get rid of that. And I'll gain a time. All right, we might do that. So I'm going to get rid of 2 cards. We'll get rid of the weak attack and the walk. So these 2 are going to get discarded. But on the plus side, I deal 2 damage, which gets rid of those 2 here, meaning this minor dark power goes away. And the horror level goes from 0 to -1. And every time you need to reduce it below 0, you actually gain a time. So I'll go up to 5 times. But unfortunately, that is going to end my turn just like that. Okay, a little bit tricky, but I do have 5 time to spend. So I'm going to grab my focus and I'm going to grab this retaliate. And I'll grab a close call as well. So I'm really preparing myself to have this final showdown with Geppetto that you're about to see happen. Cool. So the minions are going to go first. I will spawn a puppet in this spot here. And then that puppet won't move. These 2, they would target they're supposed to target a victim. There are no victims to target. So they're just going to kind of chill out there for now. All right, next. Terror card. There is no escape. So I gain a horror. And I have to place Geppetto and each puppet at a exit space. Well, that's a shame. All of a sudden they run away. So we'll go, I guess we'll go here, here, and we'll have to distribute it evenly. So probably go there because that's what's going to be best for him. Then everyone is going to move towards me and they all move 2 spaces. So we're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to get attacked by that one. We're going to go 1, 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, because otherwise they'll be outside of range of Geppetto. Then Geppetto is going to move, and he's going to go 1, 2 as well. So he will be right up there. Now we are going to be attacked by the only person that's in our spot, which is this little guy down here. So I'm in a bit of a predicament because I could play Retaliate now to try and kill that puppet, because that is what is happening to me currently. Because all 3 puppets are on the board, I can't kill him, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance to kill him anyway. So no, I am just going to use my last trash can lid to ignore that hit from this puppet here, and then I'll go to the upkeep phase and then in turn go back to my turn. So the only issue that I have with this current situation is I do not have any ways to move around. I was kind of hoping, what was I kind of hoping? I was kind of hoping that I would have a a shot to move up to that golf cart, because that would really, really work out for me. Because of that, I think I'm going to have to start by focusing again, just to try and gain some more time. I am still rolling 4 dice, which is a little fun. Cool. So I'll go down to 5 time. The horror will go down to 0. I don't think I can lose 3 hearts. I've got no hearts left. I think I'm going to end my turn there. I will end my turn there because I need to grab this long rest so I can try and heal up as much as possible. That makes sense. That is a smart thing to do. Cool. So Geppetto's turn. They'll move there. Everyone else will kind of just stay where they are. Geppetto will attack. There is no one in his spot. But now, Master Showman. So, we will place Geppetto in my space, which is down here, and then place a puppet in each adjacent space if able. So we'll go 1 there, we'll go 1 there, and we'll go 1 here. And then Geppetto is now going to attack us, which works out well for us because in response to his attack, we are going to play Retaliate. So we have 2 damage coming in, and we are going to roll these, and we block it all, and we deal 2 back, dropping him down to 6 health. All right. Now, things get interesting. So I am still only on 1 heart. And I have... look, it's kind of interesting what I can do here, because I could try and heal, but as soon as I heal, I would then lose the 4 die bonus that I have. But I think it's kind of worth it. Yeah, so I'm going to start with a long rest. I am rolling 4, and on 2 successes, I will heal up to 4 more hearts. That is 1 success, so that would put me up to 4 potentially. I will take it. So I'll lose 1 time, go down to 5, but I do regain 4 hearts. So I am on 1 health, and I'll regain 3 hearts, sorry. So I go from 1 to 4. I do lose 2 times, but that is okay, because now I'm going to play a short rest. Just double it up here. I will lose 1 of these dice because now I am not longer on my final health token. I'll roll, and that is again a success. I could discard 2 cards. I'm not going to discard 2 cards. I'm going to try and re-roll this. So I will re-roll. Let's re-roll this number 3. All right, unfortunate. Cool. So I'm going to lose 1 time, gain 1 heart, putting me on 5 health. Then I'm going to send it. So I will lose 3 hearts. So I was on 5. Now I'm going to be on 2. I will gain the critical blow from down here. And now I am going to then just use it, I guess. I feel like that makes sense. So I'm going to go for a critical blow. So I'm rolling 3. Please, 3 stars. 1 star, and I can discard 2. I am going to just take that 1 star. So we'll do 2 more hits. So he was on 6, and now he goes down to 4 health. We will lose a horror, meaning we gain a time because we are already at the bottom of that track, but that will end our turn. So now I have 5 to spend. All right, so I have grabbed an improvise and all my zeros. I grabbed an improvise and also a guard with the 5 that I had, because really this is coming down to the wire. Yeah, so Geppetto is going to start by attacking us because we are in his spot. I also, before that, am supposed to reveal the finale, which I forgot to do. Okay, so this changes everything. Remember them. So the minion action is now they're going to move towards me and attack, and then Geppetto is actually going to attack twice. When revealed, spawn all remaining puppets to the board, and when moving puppets, they move 1 space less than normal. All right, so we're going to start that turn again because the minions are actually going to all come into this spot here where I am, and they are all going to attack me, meaning I have to dodge 3 attacks. So, All right, I think that's going to be it for me because I'll play a guard to start. I am rolling 3. Yep, so that blocks the first one. I will take the second one. Then there is a third attack from a minion, which I'll play a guard again. I am rolling 4 dice because I'm on my final health token. That's good enough. And then now Geppetto is going to hit me not once, but Geppetto is going to hit me twice. I have no more defensive cards, meaning that for the first attack, I flip this over, and ooh, that spells the end of Charlie. Wow. Well, that has turned out a little differently to the first time I played it, and it really shows that with Final Girl, if you get the rules wrong, the game will make you pay. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'm sure you'll see more of me soon.